In the 90s, martial arts weren't just movies. They were movements. From Hong Kong's wire fu spectacle to Hollywood's underground fight clubs, the decade redefined what it meant to fight on screen. Today, we're counting down the 10 most unforgettable martial arts movies of the 90s. You'll see East Meet West, Legends Born, and a surprise blockbuster that no one believed would work, until it conquered the world. Quick challenge. Which 90s martial arts movie first made you shadow kick in your living room? Drop it in the comments. We'll be looking for the most underrated pick. Only the Strong. What happens when a martial art rooted in rhythm and community explodes onto the big screen? Only the Strong introduced capoeira to Western audiences, and it wasn't just about kicks and spins, it was about reclaiming purpose. In the film, an ex-Green Beret teaches at-risk kids discipline through capoeira, turning dance into defense and chaos into strength. The message landed. Martial arts aren't just about beating opponents, they're about mastering yourself. And here's the kicker. Many viewers actually signed up for capoeira classes after this film. That's the power of representation. The takeaway? Sometimes the fight worth watching isn't against another fighter. It's against the cycle of giving up. Stay disciplined. Stay moving. Lionheart. Picture this. A man fresh out of the French Foreign Legion, fighting his way through underground arenas just to support his family. That's Lionheart. Jean-Claude Van Damme at his most heartfelt and raw. Unlike his flashy tournament films, this one grounded martial arts in desperation, loyalty, and survival. The street fights were brutal, gritty, and packed with emotion, showing audiences that Van Damme wasn't just muscles, but a man with a cause. Here's the twist. While critics were lukewarm, fans elevated it into a cult classic, proving emotional stakes hit harder than spin kicks. The real lesson? Sometimes the strongest fighters aren't the flashiest. They're the ones with everything on the line. Heart beats muscle. Always. Iron Monkey. What if Robin Hood wore a mask, fought with kung fu, and soared through the skies of Hong Kong cinema? That's Iron Monkey. Donnie Yen's breakout film combined wire fu artistry with heartfelt storytelling, painting the masked hero as a savior of the poor. The action wasn't just dazzling, it felt weightless, almost operatic. And here's a fun dual fact. Quentin Tarantino later pushed for a US release, while martial arts fans still call it one of Donnie Yen's best performances. Real-world impact? It showed Hollywood that heroes didn't need capes or gadgets, just conviction, skill, and style. The takeaway? Greatness comes when purpose fuels your punches. Fight for more than yourself. Armour of God 2, Operation Condor. Imagine James Bond if he did his own stunts and cracked jokes mid-fight. That's Jackie Chan in Armour of God 2, Operation Condor. This globe-trotting adventure took martial arts beyond back alleys and into exotic treasure hunts, sand dunes, booby traps, and all. The stunts? Insane. Jackie hurled himself into danger so real that one slip could have ended it all. And yet the comedy flowed effortlessly, making danger fun to watch. Here's the kicker. While many action heroes looked untouchable, Jackie showed us vulnerability, pain, and persistence, and audiences loved him for it. The lesson? Adventure isn't about avoiding risk, it's about embracing it with courage and creativity. Dare boldly. The Legend. How do you turn a folk hero into a martial arts icon for a new generation? Jet Li answered with The Legend, playing the mischievous yet noble Fong Sai-yuk. This film fused humor, romance, and blazing fast choreography, giving audiences both laughs and gasps in the same scene. One moment he's joking with his mother, the next he's unleashing lightning kicks. Dual fact, it became one of Jet Li's most beloved roles in Asia, while Western audiences later discovered it through imports, solidifying his global reputation. The impact? It reminded fans that martial arts heroes could be lighthearted yet powerful, playful yet profound. The takeaway? Strength shines brightest when paired with joy. Fight with spirit. We're halfway through the countdown, so here's your challenge. Which 90s martial arts movie do you think deserves the #1 spot? Drop your pick in the comments. And if you're enjoying this countdown, hit that like button. It fuels the channel and helps more fans discover these classics. Rumble in the Bronx. Sometimes one movie can make a star unstoppable. Rumble in the Bronx was that movie for Jackie Chan. With jaw-dropping stunts, inventive fight scenes, and his signature blend of comedy, Chan crashed into Hollywood like a whirlwind. The kicker? He performed most of the stunts himself, even breaking his ankle mid-shoot, then disguising the cast with a sneaker. The film didn't just entertain, it showed Western audiences that martial arts could be both thrilling and hilarious. Result? Jackie went from cult favorite to global icon almost overnight. The lesson? Commitment and authenticity turn risk into reward. Push past the limits, you'll surprise even yourself. Tai Chi Master. What happens when brotherhood collides with ambition? Tai Chi Master answers with Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh in one of the decade's most layered martial arts dramas. It starts with friendship, turns to rivalry, and ends in a whirlwind of betrayal and redemption. The choreography was stunning, but the real magic came from philosophy. The film treated martial arts as both weapon and wisdom. Dual fact, it was a commercial success in Asia while becoming a cult classic in the West, influencing how Tai Chi was viewed beyond slow movements for seniors. The real-world lesson? True mastery isn't about domination. It's about balance. Seek harmony, not just victory. Supercop. If one film proved Jackie Chan was fearless, it was Supercop. Partnered with Michelle Yeoh, Chan scaled moving trains, dangled from helicopters, and performed stunts so outrageous they're still jaw-dropping today. Yeoh wasn't just support. She matched him with elegance and intensity, showing the world that women could dominate action just as fiercely. Fun fact, even Hollywood heavyweights like Quentin Tarantino called it one of the best action films ever made. Its legacy? It shattered gender expectations and raised the standard for action choreography. The takeaway? Limits are illusions. Partnership and persistence can rewrite the rulebook. Break barriers. Mortal Kombat. When video games jumped to the big screen, expectations were low. Then Mortal Kombat arrived, and suddenly martial arts films had a new pop culture edge. The movie fused fantasy with fight choreography, giving us iconic characters like Liu Kang and Scorpion in full cinematic glory. Its pounding techno theme became an anthem, while its PG-13 rating made martial arts accessible to an entire generation. Dual fact, critics dismissed it, but audiences turned it into a global box office hit. What's the impact? It proved martial arts could dominate mainstream Hollywood while staying true to its roots. The takeaway? Never underestimate passion-driven projects. Fans know. Once Upon a Time in China. At the very top, we have Once Upon a Time in China. This wasn't just a martial arts film, it was a cultural statement. Jet Li's portrayal of Wang Fei Hung elevated him to international superstardom, blending nationalism, philosophy, and bone-crunching action into one cinematic epic. The choreography redefined wire fu, balancing beauty and brutality with seamless grace. Dual fact, it revived the waning Hong Kong film industry while inspiring countless directors worldwide. Its influence lingers in Hollywood blockbusters, in martial arts schools, even in modern superhero arcs. The lesson? Legacy isn't just built, it's fought for, scene by scene. Create impact. From Van Damme's gritty determination in Lionheart to Jet Li's mastery in Once Upon a Time in China, the 90s proved that martial arts cinema could cross cultures, break barriers, and leave audiences breathless. These weren't just fight scenes. They were unforgettable stories of honor, courage, and sheer spectacle. And the best part? The evolution didn't stop here. The 2000s brought an even bigger wave of global martial arts hits. So hit subscribe now and join us on the next countdown. where we dive into the next era of action-packed cinema.